2016. It was kind of a tough year for police, law enforcement across the nation. And, some of the relationships, I think, between the community and police took a hit. We certainly had a situation involving some of our officers that were ultimately fired or resigned from the organization. And so when we looked at that and we kind of studied some of the situations that had happened across the United States, one thing that was obvious to me was in many of those situations where the police officer's behavior was inappropriate, there were other officers standing in the background. And we were seeing opportunities for intervention, peer intervention, to save careers and to save the reputation of the department or to save embarrassment. So I asked our training staff to start looking at opportunities to create scenarios that put our officers in that situation, and the role players would then start to cross the line, whether it was verbally or physically. And we are requiring our officers to intervene. I get routine updates from the International Association of Chiefs of Police and other organizations, and I got an email and it talked about different things across the U.S. and one was New Orleans Police Department, and they were putting together a peer intervention program, and they were much further along than we were. So we contacted them, and they graciously invited us to come forward, or to come to New Orleans and be a part of their program, and they shared their training with us. We had a sergeant that actually sat in the training, so it was a terrific resource for us. Sergeant Stacy Bisagio, who attended for our department, came back with the information and kind of designed the program for us. There's such easy steps available that you can do it without embarrassing the officer, you could do it without jeopardizing their safety, but you can intervene and you could save a career. So that's kind of how we got to this point. The long-term goal is obviously to offer a more professional service to our community. It is to ensure our officers fulfill their career goals and aspirations, and to maintain the integrity of our profession.
Hi, I'm Sergeant Stacy Bisagio, Kissimmee Police Department. I'm currently assigned to the Patrol Division, FTO Watch. I am an instructor for EPIC. It stands for Ethical Policing is Courageous. It's a program designed by the New Orleans Police Department that we've implemented and tweaked a little bit to make it our own here at the Kissimmee Police Department. We've done 4 trainings so far in our block training, and we'll continue throughout the rest of the year to make sure that all of our officers and community service officers are trained in it. You'll see peer intervention training on the board. EPIC is more of a peer intervention training program. It's to make sure that every officer and CSO knows that we all have each other's back, and we're going to step in and do the right thing when we need to. Officers responding to a domestic call. Primary officer indicates that he's been here multiple times. It's a jerk, and the officer hates men who hurt women because their father was abusive to their mother. The officers contact the husband and wife, separate the two. The primary officer talks to the husband. As they're talking to the husband, you can see some of their personal beliefs and some of the things that they've witnessed in the past at this situation gets into them, right? So what are some of the dilemmas we've got in this scenario? What are some of the inhibitors we have? What are some things that are going to keep us from acting and doing the right thing? And what are some intervention tactics and solutions?
This is the 3rd time this week that we came to the same place. My father used to beat my mother, and I don't like this.
Have the cops or anything?
This is the 3rd time this week.
She keeps going through my phone.
I
told her to leave my phone alone, and
That's
she
no
keeps going through
excuse. That is no
She
excuse.
shouldn't go through my stuff.
What is your problem this
She
week?
keeps going through my stuff.
That's no excuse.
She keeps grabbing my phone and going through my stuff.
What are some difficult reasons it would have been to intervene if you were the backup officer?
Maybe overstepping another officer.
Right. Absolutely. You think you know they've got it and you're not quite sure as to what's going on, right? You may be a newer officer also and don't really know.
They can also turn on you. I mean, they can just all of a sudden take that frustration that they're pointing out to that suspect and just continue to boil over to you as well, so.
Absolutely.
The adult, you are the child. Look at me when I'm talking to you.
Don't want to go to school.
Mom called us here.
Corporal Carlos,
Okay.
step back, let me talk to him. Thank you. So,